mean, I guess the first thing I would say is that, like, I don't even know if there is a mold. Not the way, that I see the game and not the way I see players. But I do remember, the first time I ever saw you, it was at El Camino. So, road game for you. And like, just what struck me the most was just your confidence, like more than anything. Like, you just had never overconfident, but so confident in your abilities. You had that, swagger that, like, you knew you were prepared. You knew you had put in the time and the preparation to be ready and to be at your best, and then clearly backed it up. So, just the confidence with the ball in your hands, just being, so confident running the show, and wanting the ball in your hands and wanting the pressure and wanting to make the decisions and wanting to make the plays for your team. Like, you weren't selfish at all, but definitely willing and able and ready and desiring to have the ball in your hands to be the one making the plays. So your confidence stuck out the most, more than anything. Like, obviously, I thought you were a good shooter. Obviously, I thought you could handle it. I thought you were extremely competitive, just in every aspect of the game. You communicated well with your teammates. Just your overall court demeanor. That's kind of what I'm talking about, because, like, for me, the mold of a player is that. Like, are you a good teammate? Do you demonstrate teamwork? Are you a supportive teammate? Are you competitive? Are you going to play both ends of the floor? And do you do it with some swagger? And do you do it with some confidence? So I left the gym knowing you were ready. Like, I left the gym knowing you could definitely be not just a player, but a good player, just because of that, just your level of confidence. And so it was really that was it. It only took one time watching you. I mean, I think your work ethic sets you apart from almost anyone. I mean, like, your work ethic was really clear. You demonstrated that daily. It was, easy for me as a coach to see. I think it was easy for your teammates to see. I think that instills a lot of confidence in everybody. And I often say to guys, like, confidence doesn't always come from past success. It comes from preparation. And you had a reason to be confident because of all your preparation. So work ethic totally from day one, like, always stood out. Like, there's some guys that really take their time on, kind of settling into the program and take their time, like, moving into a leadership role. And I remember you doing that from day one. Like, just like, I'm going to make the most of every day, every minute I'm here and I'm in the gym, and just, I don't need to wait for anything. This goes by, 2 years goes by really fast. So work ethic, demonstrating that leadership. And I think, like, your confidence, like, continue. However, like, at our level, like, you got to adjust. Like, there's just things that, and anyone can do in high school that you can't necessarily do here, or you just can't do it in the same way. So, that was definitely, it's a process. It's a process for everybody. And I feel like the guys that can make the adjustments the fastest often end up doing the best. And so I feel like you were able to do that. Just kind of learning about, playing a little bit more without the ball in your hands, and learning how to play and get open, and relying on teammates and utilize screens and utilize spacing. And just, I felt like that was one of the areas I probably felt like you developed in the most, of just being able to do both, of becoming, just as deadly off the ball as you were on the ball. Really, I mean, you had a very good shooting year. I know your sophomore year, you had that broken bone in your hand, which definitely obviously didn't make things easier, but I think you really became a knockdown shooter, where I think in high school, you were probably more ball dominant than just being, you did both here as well, but definitely demonstrated that and adjusted to being able to do both at a high level. And as a teammate, like, just everybody loved playing with you, like, they saw how committed you were every day on and off the court, and just what you were willing to do to win. It's kind of like I was saying about the mold. Like, you fit the mold for me. Like, I just think you have so many important qualities, and that's really how that whole part of our program really developed. I mean, it's about the people. that are in it. It's about the people that are in the locker room. It's about the people that wear our jersey. And, we take a ton of pride in that and really spend more time worrying about recruiting people, not players. Like I want the right people. There were just so many qualities about you, Simon, though, that stood out to me, of just like, how genuine you are. I feel like you're accountable, like you hold yourself to a really high standard. I feel like just your respect for the teammates and respect for the game itself is at a really unbelievably high level. You're also a fierce competitor. Like, we're trying to win. It's all said and done. So, yeah, we want the right guy, but those guys got to be willing to do what it takes to win as well. So, I don't know. Like, I had the utmost confidence in you. Like, we know it's a process, and, like, it takes some time to get where you're going to be at the end, but I just had the utmost confidence that you were going to go through the process the right way, that you were never going to back down from the process, that, you were never going to, second guess, was it worth it? You were going to be committed to it. And, that's really just what it's all about for me. It's just like getting those guys. And yeah, I had the utmost confidence in you to be the one that others could watch and follow. What I say about you most often is that, like, you made this career for yourself. Like, you made yourself into a pro. Like, you didn't walk in as a pro. Like, you made this for yourself, and directly related to the time and effort and the commitment that you've put in. I'm not, surprised that your ability to make things happen, but just so proud of what you have made happen for yourself, that you're able to live the dream and live it in a really impactful way too. Like, you're not just along for the ride, like you are really impacting every organization you've been with, and then doing it the right way. I think it's clear how much people respect you. Respect is really earned. You've really done that for yourself. So part of that, I'm sure, related to your work ethic and just how people know how much you have worked and how hard you have grinded to get where you are. Definitely, that's how I consider you, that you've made this happen. You've made this career happen. To me, our program is all about the guys in it, the guys that were in it. Like, we take so much pride in you as a former player. We tell people we have elite young men that have come through our program. When I talk about the basketball, we're just talking about the people that have come through the program. So proud of that and what you guys represent. And, the fact that now I think we're going to have 7 or 8 guys playing professionally this year overseas. Like, that's not really the goal here. The goal, though, is to help guys achieve their dreams, and I know it is a dream, and so, we're trying everything we can do to get the right guys around each other that leads to group success and just group achievement and just feeling great about what we come in and do every day, and then just trying to do the best we can to help players become their best self while they're here. And to me, I think we've been fortunate that's happened to a number of guys, that, like, their time here was the best they've ever been, and they achieved more than they ever thought they could achieve. And it was just the environment, like, we had the right guys around them. How we play allows people to kind of blossom into who they're going to become. And then you're a perfect example too. Like, you were good here, but you become great. Like, we want our guys to have their best after their time with us. Like, that's really how I gauge me as a coach and how I run our program, that if this is the best our guys ever do, like, I'm not doing my job. Like, my job is to prepare them for bigger and better, so that, they're achieving their greatest moments well after their time with us. And hopefully we can help with that, like, foundation to make it happen. I mean, I think the fact that you have reached where you have without walking in as somebody that everybody would think, oh yeah, this guy is a pro or is going to become a pro. Like, again, like, the fact that you made this career for yourself, and then your longevity. Like, it is so hard in this business in these days to not be replaced. Like, it is so hard for that longevity, and, like, you clearly have earned, but then also repeatedly proved and re-earned, everything that you have and everything you've achieved so far, which, where you are, is at the highest level And so the longevity of your career, and then, too, just like I know just how you do it, like just the manner in which you do things, I'm really proud of. Like, I don't have the feeling at all. Like, I don't even have the feeling you're any more overconfident than you were ever. And like, I don't think you've changed in that. Like, you're confident because you know you're prepared, but you're humble. You're continuously trying to improve and evolve, probably because you know you need to continue the longevity, but also just because you want to be your personal best. And just not many people go through life continuously trying to become their best. And I just see that from you and just your interactions, how you handle yourself, your dealings of how you're dealing with things and who you're dealing with. Like, it just seems like to me, you're on this quest for greatness always. And that's really special.